So sold out all ages show at the House of Blues tonight. Can you guys talk a little bit about your pre-show ritual?
Yeah.
Besides this, I mean, obviously.
I mean, this is the best pre-show ritual ever, if you ask me.
It's a good warm-up.
Yes.
We usually listen to some upbeat two-tone from the 80s, like The Selector and Madness and Bad Manners or whatever.
Yep.
And then we'll put on one of these classic vocal warm-ups that we have on our phone. That's a guy going, exercise 1, lip roll. And we do that for about 10 minutes.
You drink lots of tea.
Lots of tea.
I chew lots of gum, stress out a little bit, and kind of go over the set.
We'll stretch sometimes.
Is there something you say to each other?
Yes.
We tell each other we love each other.
We do. We get into a little huddle. We did it here too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We get into a little huddle, like we're about to go win the Super Bowl, because that's what it feels
And
like.
Kevin is like our coach. He gives us a pep talk.
I give us a pep talk, and I say what city we're in,
and
I say
he usually says, "It's gonna be crazy out there."
it's gonna be crazy out there, you know. But we got to look out for each other. We're gonna have a good time. Be in the moment. I always say, be in the moment, and remember how lucky we are to be doing this. And on the count of 3, we say, "This is my family." 1, 2, 3. This is my family. And then we look at each other, and go, "I love you, love you, love you."
But here's the thing about the "I love you." If sometimes, and you know, we're superstitious about it. Like if somebody is like looks away when they say it, like whoa.
It's gotta be eye contact.
We gotta do it again. They gotta have the eye contact, because if you look away, then it's like we gotta start the whole thing over.
I think
Usually it sounds something like this. You didn't look at me. Dude, I totally looked at you.
Yeah.
I love you. I don't know, man. I don't know.
We're gonna do that again.
We gotta do that again.
As with most superstitious rituals, there's always little other things that get tacked onto it. It wasn't always that involved, but it starts with one thing, and then you start doing this other thing, and you're like, "Ooh, it went good. I'm gonna keep doing that." And
Yeah, we gotta do that thing we did last time. But yeah.
Next thing you know, like we're pulling other crew members into the huddle. We're like, "Here, you were in the huddle yesterday. It was a good show. Can you get in?"
Tap 3 times. Who's got the rabbit's foot?
Exactly.
All right. So if the Interrupters are a family, is Tim Armstrong the dad?
He's our brother.
He's our brother for sure.
Okay.
He's like the 5th interrupter for sure.
Definitely. Because your very first tour was with Rancid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right.
And Tim has produced all your albums.
Yep.
How did you even first get together? Because I mean, obviously the tour, but how did that even opportunity present itself?
We had all been working with Tim before and when we started the Interrupters, before and when, because I've been working with him in the Transplants since their second record. So
in I have to interrupt. Our first tour, Kevin played in all 3 bands. So he played guitar in the Interrupters, bass in the Transplants, and then keys in Rancid.
yes, I did. They kept me very busy. But yeah, so when
We couldn't complain to him about how we were tired ever.
It's true. When Amy and me started writing songs together, I had been working a lot with Tim, and he heard the stuff that we were doing, and he's an amazing songwriter, and he's like, "I'd love to write with her too." So they started writing songs together, and we brought the twins into play on some of the stuff, and it kind of organically turned in from like a songwriting, solo session to like we're starting a band. So he was in at the ground floor with us on the band and very involved in all 3 records, and he's just we couldn't picture going in the studio making a record without him. For this band, he's a huge part of the team. So, and he's a good dude, really good dude.
I wouldn't know, but I take your word for it.
We played with Rancid at the House of Blues in Chicago. Yeah. Was anybody at that show?
Mm-hmm. That was
right there.
Riot Fest.
It was a Riot Fest pre-show.
Like
September 2015.
Yep.
Yeah. Did you crowd surf? No. Weak. All right, so if Tim's your older brother, has he given you some sage older brother advice?
Wait.
Yes, countless.
Could we tell this one? We played with Rancid at the House of Blues in Chicago.
Wait, is this where we
Yes.
got? Yes.
So
okay.
we were just on tour in Europe for 4 weeks playing
without any supervision.
No supervision, no time off. And I thought, I can't speak for the whole band, but I was like, we're super tight right now.
Definitely did not think that.
She didn't think it, but we thought we were. I thought we were super tight.
It was our first.
And we're like, we fly home, and we're like, we're gonna open up for Rancid. We haven't played with them in almost a year and a half, 2 years.
2 years.
And we're like, they're gonna finally see us like kill it. So we play the set, and Tim and Matt Freeman are watching from the side of the stage, watching us, and I'm like, yeah, we're so tight, we're killing it. Boom, we come off stage. I'm like, what'd you think? And he goes, you guys are playing way too fast.
We were playing like
It was the
double
be-
speed.
It was
everything.
the best advice anyone's ever given us, because when we look back at performances from back then, now we're like, oh my gosh, you can't even dance to it. It's so fast. It was
We
this
did
is
like
my family.
wait, but we did like 40 songs in 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Wait,
it was ridiculous.
dude,
No,
it was.
We were doing
It was like a song a minute, dude. Like
Yeah.
it was insane.
it was, and like
But we thought like at the time, faster was like harder and faster was better because we're punk and like this is really fast, whatever. And yeah,
and we could fit more songs in. But
Now
you
we play
asked-
the tape back and we're just mortified. But
Yeah.
yeah.
because you were
he was
asking
right.
what advice he's given us. That's the best. I mean, honestly, he gives us great advice in the studio. Even when we're having like band issues, we could talk to him. He's like a band therapist. But one of the hallmarks of the great advice that really helped us elevate our game as a live act was being very conscious of our tempos, because we used to just play way too fast, and the set would just go by and people were like, what was that? You know? What were they singing about? Did they say something about family?
You guys taking notes down here, Lucas and Eloise? Hear that? Don't play so fast.